Spicy ladies, let's get real for a second. We live in a world where confidence in the bedroom isn't just attractive, it's like totally magnetic. And yet for so many women, there's this like quiet pressure to perform rather than to enjoy, to meet a man's expectations instead of rewriting them entirely. But what if I told you that one of the sexiest things you can do, like one of the things that drives a man absolutely wild, is to flip the script, take the lead, and ride him like you own the moment. Now, I get it. The idea of being on top comes with a lot of feels, vulnerability, insecurity, that little voice that whispers, am I doing this right? Or do I look okay from this angle? But let me tell you something right now. That voice is a total lie. Because what makes a man lose his mind in the best way isn't some perfect move. It's your presence, it's your confidence, it's the way you look at him. Like you know exactly how powerful you are and you're about to show him. See, riding a guy isn't just a position, it's a statement, it's an experience. It's the moment when you get to say without words, I'm in control of my pleasure and I want to bring you into it. And for men, that's like totally intoxicating because suddenly they're not just watching a fantasy, they're living it. You become that woman who doesn't just make love, you make memories. You leave an imprint that's impossible to forget. This isn't about acrobatics or porn star tricks. This is about intimacy, rhythm, sensuality, and how you bring your whole self into those moments. And trust me, men can feel the difference between someone who's doing what they think they're supposed to and someone who's doing what she wants. That difference, that's what makes it unforgettable. So in today's talk, I want to take you deep into what really makes a guy go crazy when you're on top. The subtle moves, the psychological triggers, the emotional connection, and yes, the confidence that sets his body and mind on fire. These 5 tips aren't just about better sex. They're about showing up as the kind of woman who knows her power, owns it fully, and uses it to create intimacy that's raw, real, and deeply satisfying for both of you. Are you ready to become his favorite memory? Because once you master these 5 tips, you won't just be riding him, you'll be running the show in the best possible way. Let's begin. Confidence is the ultimate aphrodisiac. Let's start with what really matters. And no, it's not flexibility, it's not rhythm, it's not even how long you can stay on top. It's confidence. Period. Confidence is what transforms a simple moment into something unforgettable. It's the spark that lights the fire. And when you're riding him, it becomes the fire he never wants to put out. You see, when a woman gets on top, there's a vulnerability that comes with it. You're seeing every curve, every angle, every sound, and that can be terrifying if you're performing. But if you shift your mindset, if you're not trying to look perfect, but instead trying to feel amazing, the entire energy changes. He doesn't want to perform at this. She wants an experience. And confidence is what turns the lights on, both literally and emotionally. Now, here's what most women don't realize. Men aren't nearly as critical of your body as you are. He's not judging you. He's totally marveling at you. He's caught up in the fact that you've taken control, that you're in this position of power, and that you're inviting him into something that's raw and real. And if you lean into that, if you allow yourself to be fully present, unapologetically sexy, and completely in charge, that's when he loses his mind. Confidence means eye contact. It means letting yourself moan without hesitation. It means touching his chest while you ride, playing with your own body, using your hands to guide his. It means moving your hips in a way that feels good to you, not just to him. Because here's a secret. When it feels good for you, it turns him on 10 times more. A man watching a woman who is fully immersed in her pleasure, that is every fantasy he never knew he needed. Right now, if you are still watching, I hope this video can help you. Your comments motivate me so much, so I can make more videos which you like. So hit that subscribe button and leave me a message. Let's continue. So, how do you build that confidence? It starts with letting go of perfection. It's about shifting your focus from how you look to how you feel. It's about asking yourself, what would feel amazing right now, instead of what does he want me to do? Because when you write from that place, from desire, not duty, you move with purpose. You own the moment. You set the pace, the tone, the rhythm. And trust me, he'll follow willingly. Confidence isn't loud. It isn't about being wild, unless you want it to be. It can be slow, soft, controlled. It's about the way you breathe, the way you bite your lip, the way you look at him with that hint of mischief that says, "You're mine tonight." That energy is intoxicating. So before you even move your hips, ask yourself, am I giving myself permission to feel sexy? Because when you do, when you embrace your power, your pleasure, and your presence, you don't just ride him. You rise straight into his memory, into his fantasies, and into that place where he's completely and utterly obsessed with you. Take control of the pace, then totally tease him with it. Now, let's talk about something that separates an average experience from one that he'll daydream about long after it's over: pace control. Most people think the magic is in the movement. It's not. It's in the change of movement. The rhythm you set and how you intentionally break it is what sends him over the edge. When you're on top, you have the power to set the entire tempo, and that power is like totally delicious. You get to choose if things are slow and sensual or fast and frenzied. You get to lead the dance. But what really drives him wild is when you play with that pace, you start slow, almost torturously slow, just enough to get him twitching, craving, barely able to take it. Then just when he thinks he knows what's coming next, you change it. You go faster, deeper, rougher, and then you pull back again. That contrast, that unpredictability, that's what gets him hooked. Men are visual and physical creatures, but they're also deeply reactive. The moment you show him you're in control of the rhythm, something shifts in him, he becomes yours. And I don't mean just physically, emotionally, mentally. You start living rent-free in his mind because you've tapped into something primal, the thrill of surrender. Let me put it another way. When you're in control of the pace, you're not just giving him physical stimulation. You're creating an emotional roller coaster. You're making him feel something he can't get anywhere else. You're giving him the high of anticipation, the rush of release, and the addictive pull of tension. You become the woman who knows how to build pressure, not just relieve it. And that skill, that's unforgettable. Now, teasing doesn't mean holding back forever. It's not about denying pleasure. It's about extending it. It's about using your hips, your hands, your eyes to say, "You get what you want, but on my terms." And that right there is where the power lies. It's the smirk you're giving when you slow down just as he's about to lose it. It's the whisper in his ear when you tell him he has to wait. That tease, that control, it leaves him breathless. So, don't be afraid to play with pace. Start with gentle rolls of your hips, slowly grinding into him. Watch his reaction. Feel his body tense underneath yours. Then speed it up just a little. Ride him with purpose. And right when he's gripping the sheets, slow it down again. Let him feel that edge. Make him beg for more without saying a single word. That's how you send him into a frenzy, and make sure he never forgets how it felt when you were in charge. Use your hands, eyes, and voice, not just your hips. Here's a truth bomb most people miss. Riding a guy isn't just about what you're doing down there. The real magic, the kind that makes him spiral into obsession, happens when you use your entire body to create an experience. Your hands, your eyes, your voice, they're all tools of seduction. And when you use them with purpose, you don't just blow his mind, you completely take over it. Let's start with your hands. While your hips are working their magic, your hands are the connection that pulls him deeper into you. You can place them on his chest to ground yourself and to remind him that you're the one steering the moment. Or trace your fingertips along his jawline, his abs, his neck. That skin-to-skin contact isn't just sensual, it's intimate. It says, "I'm here with you, touching every part of you because I want to." That kind of attention, it turns him on emotionally, not just physically. But don't stop there. Your eyes are insanely powerful. While you're riding him, look at him. Not just a quick glance. I mean, deep, soul-snatching eye contact. Lock in. Let your gaze linger and let it say everything your mouth doesn't. You don't need to say, "You belong to me," when your eyes are saying it louder than words ever could. That stare, that unbroken eye contact tells him that this isn't just sex. This is a moment. This is you showing up fully, claiming him with every thrust, every breath, every look. And speaking of breath, your voice is one of your most underrated weapons. Moan, whisper, laugh. Tell him what you're feeling, what you're doing, what you want from him. You can say things like, "You feel so good," or "I love watching you lose control under me." These don't need to be rehearsed lines. They just need to be real. Your voice adds a soundtrack to the fantasy. For him, that sound becomes something he chases in his head long after the moment's over. Men crave feedback, not validation, engagement. They want to feel like you're in the moment, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. When you're using your entire body to connect, your hands to explore, your eyes to seduce, your voice to express, you create an experience so layered, so rich that it stays with him. It becomes the moment he compares everything else to. So don't just ride with your body, ride with your soul, with your presence. Show him that being under you isn't just about physical pleasure. It's about being fully seen, fully touched, and fully wanted. And once he's experienced that from you, he'll crave it, he'll replay it, and trust me, he'll never be the same again. Switch positions while staying on top. Keep him guessing if you really want to drive him crazy, not just turn him on, but make him utterly obsessed with you. Learn how to evolve the experience while staying in control. What does that mean? It means switching positions while you're still on top. Tiny adjustments, subtle changes, moments that surprise him, confuse him in the best possible way, and make him feel like he's in the hands of a woman who knows exactly how to unlock every layer of his desire. You see, when most people think of being on top, they imagine one position, cowgirl. But that's just the beginning. The real magic happens when you shift, twist, lean in, pull back, kneel, squat, grind. When you start moving in ways that aren't predictable, that unpredictability, it activates something primal in him. Men love novelty, but more than that, they love when a woman takes the lead and guides the experience. Start with something classic, sitting upright, facing him, get that strong eye contact. Let him take in your body. This position is all about confidence. Then switch to leaning forward, your chest pressed against your lips brushing his ear. This isn't just sensual, it's intimate. He'll feel enveloped by you, like you've surrounded him with your presence. And from there, you can sit back again or rise up onto your knees and ride him in a squat. That one game changer, it gives you control over depth and angle. And he gets a view he won't recover from anytime soon, even turning around. Reverse cowgirl is a way to completely change the vibe while keeping the dominance. The second you switch directions, you give him a whole new visual, a whole new sensation, and he'll be stunned by your boldness. Every move you make tells him, "I'm not just participating, I'm running this show." But here's the secret sauce. Don't just move for the sake of it. Feel why you're moving. Let the rhythm of your body guide the transition and do it slowly. Make him feel the shift, make the tension stretch, change the angles, mix tempo, take his hands and place them somewhere new. On your hips, on your thighs, on your chest. When you guide his touch and your motion, he feels like he's on a ride he can't control. And that lack of control, that's what makes him lose his mind. Switching positions isn't just about variety, it's about ownership. It's about showing him that you know your body, that you know his responses, and that you're not afraid to explore. It tells him, "I'm not here to be passive. I'm here to create an experience neither of us will forget." So keep him guessing. Keep it playful. Keep it sensual. When you write him like it's an art, constantly shifting, constantly adapting, he won't just want you again. He'll crave the journey you take him on every single time. Finish with emotion. Make it more than just physical. Here's where you take it from unforgettable to irreplaceable. You've turned him on. You've teased him. You've taken control. You've driven him absolutely wild. But if you want to be the woman he thinks about in the shower, in the car, in the middle of the day when he can't focus, you finish with emotion. Because the sexiest experience is never just about bodies, it's about meaning. It's about the connection underneath the chemistry. Too many people overlook this moment, the after. But this is where you carve your name into his heart. Because what you do in those final moments says more than any move you make during the act. When you're riding him, and both of you are close, take a second to slow down. Look at him. Hold his face. Say something soft, something real. It could be, I love watching you like this, or you feel so good under me, or even just his name whispered in a way that makes his whole body shiver. That emotional drop, that intimacy, it hits harder than any physical sensation ever could. And when the moment ends, don't rush away. Stay on him, collapse gently onto his chest. Let your body melt into his. That skin-on-skin contact, that post-release closeness, it bonds you. It tells him this wasn't just about getting off. It was about getting into his mind, into his heart, into the part of him that doesn't just want sex, but craves connection. This is also the perfect time to bring softness back into the space. Gently stroke his hair, kiss his neck, let your fingers trace lazy circles on his chest. And if you're feeling brave, say something vulnerable. I love when we're like this. Or, you make me feel so sexy. Vulnerability is the thing that elevates passion into meaning. It's what makes him feel not just aroused but chosen. And here's the thing, men aren't always used to this kind of intimacy. They're used to performance, to the pressure of being the one who's in charge. When you ride him with confidence and softness, when you combine dominance with warmth, you give him something he can't easily find. You give him permission to surrender and to feel. And once he feels that with you, no one else even compares. So yeah, ride him like a queen. Use your body like the powerful, sensual woman you are. But in those final moments, lean in, hold his face, let your body still, let your heart show. That's how you make sure the memory of you doesn't just live in his body, it lingers in his soul. So, there you have it. 5 powerful, playful, and deeply intimate ways to ride a guy and absolutely blow his mind. But more than just physical tricks or seductive moves, I hope you've noticed the deeper message here. True intimacy, the kind that leaves a man aching for more, comes when you combine confidence, creativity, and emotional connection. You don't need to be a gymnast. You don't need to be perfect. What makes a quickie unforgettable isn't how wild it gets. It's how present you are. It's when you own your pleasure, guide the experience, and let your vulnerability show in moments of intensity. That's what makes a man crave you, not just for one night, but over and over again. That's what makes him look at you and think, she's different. She gets me. I never want to let her go. So if you're watching this and thinking, could I really do that? I want to tell you, yes, you absolutely can. It's not about having some secret technique. It's about knowing your worth, trusting your energy, and letting your body speak without shame. When you combine that with just a few of these intentional moves, you don't just light his body up, you light up his soul. If this video spoke to you, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a new episode, because we are just getting started with these deep, bold, love, and desire-focused conversations. And hey, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 tips are you most excited to try? Or do you have your own signature move that drives him crazy? Let's create a space where we learn from each other and own our feminine power. And remember, it's not about trying to be someone else. It's about unlocking the wild, sensual, confident woman you already are. He doesn't need someone perfect, he needs someone present, someone real, someone like you. Until next time, keep loving boldly, touching deeply, and turning heads with the power of your presence. Stay true to yourself. To all the spicy ladies, make life beautiful. Thank you for watching, and God bless.